Alright guys, I'm going to tell you why you're better off in a small town, if you know what I mean. I believe if you live in a big city, personally I grew up in a city called Dublin, and it's not very nice, I'll tell you that much. Especially where I live, more of an expensive suburb. There's a lot of wealth and luxury around the area. There's no community. It's just all about materialism and wealth, and it's just sad, I believe. I lived in Blackrock for years. How many years? Let me think. Nine. I lived there for about 14 years. I live in Carrickmines about 6 or 7. Um, and I just believe that it's too. Uh, there's no community. You go there and people are just couldn't care less about you, and it's just feel like that's just wrong, if you know what I mean. Uh, so personally, I feel like I'm not a materialistic guy. All right, I don't want to own. I'm a minimalist. This is my room. This is my bedroom. It's pretty small. All right. It's about 8 by 9 foot or something like that. That was just judging by my like I stood on the lay down on the floor, and I'm 6 foot tall, and I'm just looking there and I'm thinking, Jesus, like my feet will almost go from this wall. I'll put my feet up to that wall, and my head will almost, but not quite, be able to reach this wall. So it's quite small, and I prefer living this kind of way. And it's just it's not really common. People here, it's all about, oh, wealth. How much money do you make? How much money do you make? And they're so judgmental. And I work at McDonald's, so yeah, people would kind of frown upon that a little bit in this area. Right now I live in Shankill. It's not as bad as where I grew up, but still not where I want to be long term. So, the thing is, what was I going to say? Like I remember I was on holiday in Spain when I was 12, and we went to see this holiday apartment complex. We were just thinking about maybe going there for a holiday the following summer. Your man showed us around, and the guy who showed us around is actually from Dublin. He went to St Andrews, which is a private school near where I grew up, and my mother was very judgmental towards him. She didn't say anything to his face, but once he left and we were on our own, she was like, "Oh, geez, this guy, he went to he got a private education. He's working a job like this," and I'm like, "Jesus, who cares? Who cares?" Everyone thinks, "Oh, if you go to a private school, you have to be ultra successful, and you need to, go to university, get a degree, get a high paying job, or set up your own multi-million-euro business." And not everybody wants to do that. A lot of people are just happy to live a simpler life. Like I remember one time my family went on holiday, and there was this woman living in Kilkenny. We gave her my dog Sparky to mind. She's like has this like dog minding business, and she's from, was it Killiney? I think she's from Killiney, which is very luxurious affluent suburb in Dublin, not far from where I'm living now in Shankill. And she was living in Kilkenny in some tiny small little house, and so she's obviously kind of somewhat similar to me. She wants to live minimally. She doesn't want to chase the success. She doesn't want to live a life of luxury. I wouldn't like to mind dogs for a living, but I kind of do agree with her. I would like to do something like that. Move to a smaller town where it's more friendly, less competition. Because I just feel like being overly competitive. I actually am quite competitive by nature, but I feel like there's a limit. Being over competitive is bad. If you're overly competitive with people, you're just gonna end up on your own. If all the time you're like, oh, I need a bigger house than the guy next to me. Oh, we need nicer carpets. I need nicer furniture. You're just competing with them, and you can't be friends with them. Why not be more cooperative? That's more in human nature. It was in human nature to want to fit in and belong in society. Have community. But nowadays it's just gone the other way. People just want to be better than everybody else, and that's just wrong, I think. So the thing is, this is why I think you should leave Dublin, move to a smaller town. I'm thinking of leaving Dublin once this coronavirus thing kind of calms down a bit. Your level 5 restrictions due to end tomorrow, but still, that's kind of shit because you're not allowed to leave your county. So like I could only go up as far as Balbriggan, which would be better than where I'm staying now because it's further from the city. But still, I'd like to go to a different county. I don't want to go to the north side. I'd like to go to somewhere like maybe Wexford or somewhere like that. Maybe Louth. We'll think about that. I might even consider going to the west coast. But so yeah, I suggest you move away to the smaller towns and get away from the big city.